I think that has been lacking here with the bylaw.
A bylaw change proposed at Calgary City Hall as a result of ongoing protests outside drag readings at libraries. Council expected to hear the details Tuesday of the Safe and Inclusive Access to Recreation Facilities and Libraries bylaw, which will prohibit protests within 100 meters of the entrances of recreation facilities or libraries. Justice Studies Professor Doug Keene says there are two issues with the current bylaw. He says, first, the language isn't clear on how it can be enforced. He thinks that's what they are trying to change by including new content about intimidation.
It's a bylaw now, not just to tackle harassment, but also to tackle what is the notion of intimidation. Council thinks or is considering whether or not that is going to sharpen it up enough so that peace officers will be able to look at a situation and then decide whether or not, yes, they should intervene, no, they shouldn't.
The second, he says, is the education peace officers need to have in order to understand the bylaw better, with effective training on how to proceed in different situations.
It seems to be the case with all levels of government these days. They rush out legislation, but they forget about the implementation steps that take place. And I think that's where we are right now. And I think their city council is kind of backtracking a bit to refine implementation for peace officers.
The new bylaw would impose a fine of up to $10,000 and a year in prison for anyone involved in a hate-related protest around civic community facilities and libraries. But even if it passes, it's just a larger system.
I think if they do that, I think it's time to see if it will actually stand up in a court of law.
In Calgary, Silvia Naranjo, City News.